Hey, James with Love My Pups and My Breeder Supply. So I wanted to show another video on our whelping system. The other videos that I've shown, it's been more about how you put the thing together, and I think that this one needs to be just about why this is such a great deal. So what you do is we can build a custom system to fit any size whelping container that you have. I mean, it could even be a paddling pool, it could be round, it can be big and long, it can be easy whelp, it could be a quick whelp, it can be any of those things will work. So the way this works is that we provide you with the correct sized heat tape. I'm just going to open this one up and stick it together a little bit. This one is actually built for a 42 by 27, which is what I'm actually showing you here. So you get this heat tape, and it has a temperature probe in it. It runs off 110, and it plugs into a thermostat, and the probe plugs into a thermostat, and that plugs into your wall outlet. I'm going to fold this one back up, and it's a lifetime product. You don't use it once, throw it away, just use it and leave it. So here it is installed. So on the bottom of this, you might come a little bit closer now, Lee. On the bottom of this, there's a heat tape. In fact, I'm just going to flip this thing up over its side here for a second, and you'll actually see the heat tape. This is one that I've been using. So can you see the heat tape there? Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's the heat tape installed. It's pressure sensitive 3M tape. It installs literally in 5 minutes. It'll come pre-made the right size for you. You plug it in, you plug it into a thermostat, and then you can set the temperature with the thermostat buttons. So I've actually got this set for 40 degrees. Now it's cold out here, and it's just been plugged in, so it's going to take 10 minutes to get up to temperature. But here's how it works. So come in real close here, Lee. We'll get this out of here. This isn't degrees. You see the center floor, no heat at all. It's cool. It's cool. But right here underneath this, there you go, 34 degrees, and it's coming up. It'll get up to 40 degrees. So the heat is right around the periphery of the cage underneath the pig rail. So why is this important? Well, Mum, she does not like the extra heat at all. So what's the classic way that you make a whelping setup before you saw my system was you either had a heat lamp up in the corner, and that was heating up one area, including Mum, who is the closest to it. She hates it, I promise you. If she could say something to you, she'd say, "What are you thinking about?" She's got a fur coat on. She does not like the extra heat, and you can actually sunburn a puppy. I had labs 15 years ago, and I went to the vet because they started to get a rash on their head, and I asked the vet what's going on, and he says, "James, you got a heat lamp?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You just sunburnt your puppies." They survived it, but I mean, the point here is the heat lamp. I hate heat lamps with a passion. So then what do we used to do? Well, we'd put a heating pad underneath the whole pen, because there's two things that will do puppies in the first week of their life: getting cold and getting squashed. Those are the two things that your whelping system has to overcome. So the typical way is you put a heating pad underneath the whole thing, and the whole thing's nice and warm. Great, that's fine for the puppies, but again, Mum hates it with a passion. So all of a sudden, well, I say all of a sudden, 4 years ago, I realized that there was a much better way to do this. So what happens is, if you just put the heat, and by the way, come in here closely, this is part of the kit. You can buy some pig rail adapters. You buy 4 adapters like this. You buy a stick of, this we supply for you, they're not very expensive. You go buy a 10-foot stick of PVC pipe. We give you the dimensions on how to cut this pipe. It all snaps together, and the whole thing can be moved out of here literally in a minute. But this is what's called a pig rail. This is the place where if Mum backs up against the wall, she hits this and doesn't squish the puppy. So she'll fall asleep, and there's no way, I can promise you, there's no way that you can stay awake 24/7 looking after your babies and stop that from happening. If you do enough of this, I promise you at some point you're going to get a squish puppy. But if you do this, you won't get a squish puppy, because a puppy that's got sat on gets out of the way, and it can get underneath this rail, and then it doesn't get squashed anymore. And this is solid. I mean, this is going to handle a 50, 60, 70 pound dog. It's not going to bend. It's a nice, big, stout, cheap piece of PVC pipe. So what happens? So the babies are doing one of two things. They're either nursing on Mum, who's happy and content in the middle here where it's nice and cool. They've finished nursing. They don't like this relatively cool floor that Mum likes. they start moving around and they find this nice, and I put my hand here, there's a nice warm area right around the periphery of this cage. They just fall asleep underneath that pig roll. So this does two things. It stops them from getting squashed, and they then go to the one place that is absolutely the safest place in the world that they can be. It's under the pig roll close to mum. So what happens is mum is now happy and content. She's not getting cooked. She's not nervous where you've taken her babies away and only given her babies to her for 10 minutes every 3 hours. She's not pacing around outside the cage. She's in here just as happy as a clam. So what we do is literally, with C-sections, with Frenchies, we put them in here. Mum's in here. We'll see the cat will go in here. See what the cat does. You won't mind it in there. So and you can have kittens in here too, by the way. It's no, all animals would like this. So the way this works is we put our babies with mum 2-3 hours after they come around from their C-section. They're in there with mum and they stay in here for the next 3 weeks, 24/7. Mum's in here 24/7. We swing around there and you'll see there's a door over there. You can just see a door. That's our utility room next to our bedroom. So this is where this lives. It lives in the utility room right next to our bedroom. So for the first day, we kind of keep our bedroom door open just in case anything's going on, so we can just hear what's going on. After that, we check mum 3-4 times a day so she can go outside, pee, poop. Invariably, she doesn't want to spend any time outside. She wants straight back in with the babies. You open the door up and she just barrels straight in here with the babies, and she wants to be in here. We put a blanket over the whole thing. It keeps it nice and kind of semi-dark and quiet. It's a great environment for her. The puppies love it, mum loves it. I like these cages because they've got 2 doors on them. The double door cage. Here's one right here that I just got in from Amazon. That cage cost me, Amazon Prime delivered, $56. There's about 3 different brands that are really good. Midwest makes a really nice crate. Paws and Pals makes a really nice crate. Amazon Basics, really nice crates because they've got nice, thick, sturdy wires. The really cheap ones are made out of paper clips. Their wires are just not very stout and too far apart, and a puppy can get its head stuck through the cheap ones. So spend 56 bucks. So what does it cost you? Well, it's about $200 for our kit, and you're going to spend $56 Amazon Prime to buy a crate. So you're in the whole thing for something around, by the time you got shipping and everything else, 270 bucks, about the price to get going with the whole thing, which is probably less than what you can build your own whelping thing for. But more importantly, this really works. The controls on this are super simple. If I want to make this thing hotter, I just press the button, dial up what temperature I want. I'm going down, I'll go up. So I could go up. So we preset this thing to 40 degrees. That is about 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a great temperature. You just leave it. If you unplug this thing, we'll unplug it, we'll simulate a power failure. Plug it back in again. It knows the last temperature you set it at, 40 degrees. It doesn't have to be set again. It comes to you preset, but it's very easy to set anyway. There's no moving parts. It's very, very reliable. It's easy to install. When you're done with your puppies, 3 weeks old, they can transfer to a cage. They don't need heat anymore. When that time comes, this whole assembly must be look like an idiot now doing this. There it is. That comes out. This whole thing busts apart. Put that under the bed. Oh, one thing before I close this up. We don't leave a hard plastic floor for the puppies to be on. So what we use is typically a pee pad like this. Pee pads you can get have sticky corners in them. We'll just stick a pee pad down here. That way all the mess and gunk and poop and everything can be quickly gathered up, thrown away, and a new pee pad put in. So the first couple of days, pee pads, after that maybe put a towel down. But this whole thing is super easy to collapse. That comes apart. And then these trays are, I'll do it. Got to be smarter than the cage. Goes down. Goes up. That will snap thing's gonna go there like this. They're really well constructed. It's such a simple little design of these crates. And then you've got to do it the right way. There it is. Under the bed, out of the way till the next set of puppies. Go to our website, www.mybreedersupply.com, for more information. We can build this to fit any size crate you can come up with. This crate here is a 42XL. It's really great for 20 to 30 pound dogs. You can buy bigger ones, you can buy smaller ones. Thank you for watching our video, and be nice to your pets. Bye everybody.